This is Drew with thepodcastingstore.com, your one-stop shop for all things podcasting and remote learning.
So, two pieces of gear. One of them is USB wireless headset or microphone and headphones, right? Like beyond just microphone. Is this a thing? Like a low latency USB headset that...
So the closest thing that I've been able to find, kind of what you're talking about with wireless USB, is Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah.
And because most computers are starting to come out with Bluetooth already built in, for instance, I'm actually transferring a video file from my desktop to the laptop using Bluetooth.
That's pretty fun. Yeah.
I wasn't sure I could do that until today.
Yeah.
It's really slow.
Yeah.
It can work. It can work really well. My problem with Bluetooth headphones is they don't sound great.
Yeah.
They sound good. I'm not gonna dog them. But it's really hard to beat a hard-lined headphone sound.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Second thing is, and maybe this setup is the answer, but do you have any success in the podcasting realm with a headset, like a sports broadcaster style headset that is doing the mic placement for you effectively, so you just don't need to worry about that aspect of it?
Actually, I used to work in theater back from my hometown. We had a community theater.
You were on the headset,
yes,
telling people, in 5 we're going to cue such and such.
Clear comm system.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, those microphones are great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right here. You could be whispering.
Yeah.
And everybody can hear you. And
Yeah.
it blocked out so much noise. In all honesty, if we actually had set this up to be headphones and that, I'd been ecstatic. I've been over the moon because I would have had so much rejection of the audio from around the room.
This is the other part of it, right? Is these are great when you're in a studio.
Oh yeah.
But we're dealing with so many not ideal studio environments. I mean, this is a perfect example, right? At the conference. When you have a nice quiet studio, of course this is awesome. Like I could do all sorts of stuff and move away from it and all this comedy or whatever. But like in reality, for non-ideal situations and for people who aren't professionals or don't do this frequently, it's just like a headset like solves so many problems.
So Ward actually, he and I were experimenting with different headsets for our road goes. He does a lot with the marching band systems, and we were trying to find a microphone that would reject as much noise, because he goes out on the field and is in between marching band performers going, I noticed that the third trumpet was out of tune or 4 beats behind, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's that world.
You would hear a little bit of the background noise, but his voice was clear, crystal clear. And so a lot of it is microphone choice. Finding a microphone that's going to fit exactly what you want. We're not really sitting here with the best microphones for this situation.
Yeah.
As you said, these are studio microphones.
Yeah.
So we should be sitting in a isolated room with soundproofing and no extraneous noise.
Yeah, which is like what you're demoing for people anyway. Like most podcasts, you're gonna have a room in your house that you're gonna assume is quiet. And
Exactly.
You're gonna use, and even this is like a dynamic microphone, right?
Yes.
And so it's like even then we're not getting so much of the background noise, but it's not even close to what these little headset mics are doing in terms of eliminating background noise.
Oh yeah, actually, let me go grab something real quick because we actually have a couple of those microphones that we were experimenting with.
Cool. Oh,
so, going along with the aspect that you were asking about, where you can just set the microphone and forget it, this is really exactly what you're looking for. It has a TA4F connector.
Okay.
And so what that means is I can get a small adapter from this to an XLR, and I'm good to go. I'm done. With a different adapter, I can hook it into a phone or some other source. We did notice that one of the connectors we were using, it was wired weird, so it would work well with one system, but it wouldn't work with our phones. So it was.
Oh, that's probably the TRRS phones.
TRS, yeah.
Yeah.
And I figured it out, and it would have been a really simple adapter to have made. But the problem was, it's like, okay, to make them affordable, I have to buy 1,000 of them.
Yeah, of course.
So.
Yeah, like, of course I want to have my cake, eat it too, play with it, unmake it. I want to do everything, but
oh yeah,
it's like I have been looking for and have trialed a lot of USB headsets at low price points and actually at high price points. I like go to Best Buy and buy like the cheapest headset, the most expensive headset, and the middlest headset. But the results are all over the place, my man. Like the really expensive headsets, like they offer a lot of comfort. Maybe the headphone will be high quality, but these microphones are almost universally
And you said you bought them.
Crap,
you're buying them from Best Buy.
I've done Best Buy, Sweetwater, and I'm like, if you sell a headset, I'm interested in checking out your headset.
Really, if you're looking for specific headphones, you need to get away from consumer grade and start looking at prosumer or professional. Sennheiser, I'm a huge fan of Sennheiser.
Yeah.
And my wife bought me some open back headphones. They sound.
I do love those Sennheiser headphones. Yeah.
But Sennheiser and Bose also make aviation equipment.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever flown in a single prop airplane.
It's very loud.
It's extremely loud. But
I use my Bose headphones. I won't go on the plane without my noise-canceling Bose headphones. I don't own any other Bose stuff, but it's like those noise-canceling headphones are best in class, actually.
And when you actually put the price cost of what you're getting, you go, okay, I didn't have to finagle with the audio. I didn't have to go in and crank up the volume.
Yeah.
I had a nice, clean audio signal. There comes a point where it's like, okay, it's $100 more, but I'm finding myself spending 20 minutes less time finagling.
Yeah.
That's going to add up really quick.
Yeah, and I think if it were me, I'm all this.
Well, you do know we could work something out for you.
Yeah. if it were just me, I mean, this Zoom recorder is awesome. I've got some cool Zoom recorders. I've got headphones. I've got so much stuff. Really, I'm trying to give recommendations for people who want to save money.
Yep.
And recommendations that will just work.
Yes.
And the microphone placement thing is huge for me. Having a mute button is huge. Like these form factors that headsets provide, I mean, they give so many awesome benefits. And I'll tell you the craziest thing. I've done a headset shootout with like maybe a dozen headsets now of all different price points. There's like 2 of them I've found acceptable. And they're not at the high price points.
No,
actually, a Benro video camera headset.
Oh, okay.
That microphone sounds better than any of the other ones I tried. I couldn't explain why. They're a camera company. They're out of stock, of course, because
everybody
that's how it is, right? I'd like to buy 100 of them, but I have 10. Right? And then there's an Audio Technica headset that is maybe like I think it was $20 or $30. The construction looks so cheap. It feels so cheap. All plastic, but the microphone sounds all right, at that price point. And it's like, I know there's got to be, sportscasters exist, theater people exist, theater headsets, these kind of things, but never in the form factor of USB with headphones. USB over-ear headphones, decent microphone. That's what I want.
And I think part of that reason is when you get into prosumer and professional level, you're paying a lot for the preamp for the interface, because a preamp changes a huge amount of how it sounds, and on top of that, your ADDA or analog to digital to analog conversion. Yeah. If that's not halfway decent, it doesn't matter what you put on there; it's going to come off really bad. It's almost sterile. Is the best way I've ever been able to describe bad ADDA conversion.
Yeah, a little bit not warm and
exactly.
Full.
It's lacking.
Yeah, it is.
And so I don't know if they've been able to work the price point of that kind of conversion into a USB consumer grade equipment.
Well, if we want to, hit up some manufacturers and get this product made, I'm almost positive we could get it sold.
Okay.
It's like, that form factor, everybody moving to USB, right? USB microphones becoming huge.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody understanding the value of recording, of streaming, headphone quality, and yet we got gamer headsets with like the worst microphones you've ever heard, LEDs all over them, right? Only works on PS4. Like, where's the music stuff, right?
You've seen Linus Tech Tips.
Linus Tech Tips? No, I don't think so.
He's
but
a YouTube celebrity. He's based out of Canada, but his show started off with, he was basically getting people into computers at a good price point. And over the years, he has expanded and gotten into a lot of what you're actually talking about.
Yeah.
He is like, I'm not going to use a USB mic.
Yeah.
He got, he has actually a Focusrite.
Yeah.
One channel, XLR,
solo,
and he's basically using an SM7B.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's pretty similar to my setup. Like for me, just I'm multi-track, acapella, whatever, do that kind of stuff. I'm just using, it's a Scarlett Focusrite Solo.
And you can get a Focusrite for $150.
Yeah.
The conversion on it sounds really good.
It sounds awesome. I got an AT4040 microphone. Sounds
Exactly.
awesome. I'm loving it. My whole kit's like under $500.
Yeah, and for $500, I mean, yeah, that's a bit of change for what some people are looking at this as a hobby.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing. Is like for me, that's hugely worth it. I've gotten all the value out of it, and then some, and I'll continue to get it. It's like for the entry level, I'm talking for the youth choir member who's trying to, do some music online. Like these are the people I'm trying to get something that's decent quality. Price point around $100, right?
Okay.
Or similar kind of consumer grade as some of these USB microphones, but with this convenient form factor, right? And also not picking up dishes, dogs, parents yelling at each other, right? This stuff happens. You ask all the people at this room, probably everybody has a story about something embarrassing happening in the background of a Zoom. I'm like, it's just all these things seem like they all go in the same direction for me. I'm excited for that product to get made. And I want the nice version that I get out of this booth too. I'm going to buy the $350 one and be hanging out making music and recording it, right? Or plug it in with XLR. I mean, so this device you said can convert to XLR. I could plug it into my Solo.
Yeah.
Are these headphones?
They are not.
They're not. There's pads,
This is just for a microphone only.
Yep.
And the way that this one is built is it rejects from the back almost to a 0.
Yeah.
It is amazing how much the audio just disappears behind
super
it.
wide. Yeah.
And I like I said, Ward was using this out in a marching field during competitions, walking around, and he has a Rode Go, which is a little wireless unit. I think I showed you that earlier.
Yep.
Had this plugged into that, his phone is sitting up at the front of the field, 300 feet away, and he's just sitting there talking and basically judging.
Yeah.
And then he just goes back when they're off the field, press stop, and it automatically would send his audio to the judge's website or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And the end. There was no editing. You didn't have to sit there and go, what did he say? I quite didn't hear something.
And I love that, but I want one of the judges while he's doing that to say, I think we have a situation over on the cellos. There's no cellos on the field. I'm a fan of the Stanford marching band. There might be a cello out there, but don't tell any of the people here. They are universally hated. But it's like, oh, there might be a problem over with the drum section. Like, get over their stat. Like, I want to have that two-way communication with people with a headset like this. Like the theater example. Honestly, the theater example is great, and I might poke around for some of those devices. Problem is they're all just in such like high grade pro quality
but they're going to be close to your price range.
Yeah,
because I know you can get into ClearComm headphones with a microphone for anywhere between $150 and $250.
Yeah.
Now the trick is getting those signals into a USB format.
Yeah, exactly. What kind of interface, what kind of USB interface goes in and is ready to accept that, right?
Yeah.
So this is the challenge, but it's good that there's stuff to figure out. Otherwise, they wouldn't need us.
Oh, I know. Honestly, I have a lot of fun just sitting there going, okay, how do we fix this? How do we solve this with something that's already out there?
Yeah.
Okay, something's not out there. What can I do to make something else work? And then from there, it just kind of evolves, and you get this giant project out of it, and you go, oh.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if I took about these 12 things away, and I just did it with this one item, and then this one other item, but they work together even better than this 20-step process I had.
when it clicks and you're like, I got it, like this works so good. You're checking, you're like making sure you're on the right input, and so you're like, I think this is the one, you know?
Yeah.
It's such a blessing, man. So clear comms, wireless, clear comms,
just clear comm. That's actually a company.
Okay.
It's a company of party line systems. There's a couple other companies out there. I'm not as familiar with them.
All right, cool. Clearcom wireless systems. I'm looking at them on Sweetwater. Is it okay if I look at them on Sweetwater? That's not a dirty word around here. All right,
we don't sell this.
All right, very good. If you sold it, I would buy it from you. But this is a great tip, man. I hadn't really thought. I was thinking sportscaster. I should have been thinking theater performer. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm a theater performer. Like, what am I doing? You know.
And how do I say? I've always been trying to find out things I don't know. For instance, theater. I got into that in high school because I just was like, I don't want to act on stage. That's too much pressure.
Yeah, but you want to run it behind the scenes.
I want to be in the behind the scenes and make things flow.
Yeah, my secret was like the people who are behind the scenes, you're like, you're the best. Like, just tell me where to do, tell me what to stand. Like, if you tell me I'm doing something wrong, that's what it is, right?
Yep.
And then they like make sure stuff works for you, and they wouldn't get too mad at you if you're like bumbling around backstage or whatever. You got to sweet talk those people. You even go and be a diva or whatever. They're gonna be, spotlight's not gonna be on you somehow.
The spotlight's just about 2 feet to the left.
Yeah, I'm holding the pose for the end. The curtain's supposed to come down, and they just wait
about 3
a
seconds
couple
too
seconds
long.
too long to cue curtain down, please. It's just to watch this guy sweat because they know it's not going to come back to them. Nobody's going to talk, you know, do anything to them.
Well, thank you very much for doing this.
Yeah, thank you very much for helping me out, giving me your recommendations.
I appreciate
not a problem. Talking to you, man.
If you're facing a unique problem with podcasting or remote learning, we can help. Reach out to us at thepodcastingstore.com and we'll see what solutions we can find for you. And if you like what you hear, do me a favor and tell a friend. Follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and sign up for our e-newsletter, and you'll never miss another podcast or video again. This is Drew with thepodcastingstore.com. Thank you for listening.